Is this off docket or on docket?
It's off docket, Your Honor. We were set for trial next Tuesday. I know the court doesn't like to do things on trial date,
Okay.
so we brought him in today to finish this. So one off your trial docket on Tuesday.
So, Mr. Ibari, you were charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense.
Yes, sir.
You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand something very important, that you are making a lifetime decision today, and a very serious one, because anytime you get pulled over from now on, an officer is going to look you up and they're going to see DWI, DWI, yada. What do you think they're going to do if they come up to you and they smell alcohol?
Straight to jail. Bring us to jail again.
Right. This time, though, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary.
Sure.
Because then a third DWI, it's a third-degree felony. You're looking at a whole boatload of time in custody, up to 10 years in prison. And all you need to do is set the faintest smell. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I were you, even if you had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because it's a huge risk. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty to this, it will go on your record. It'll stay there for the rest of your life.
Understood.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for 1 year. What do you do for a living, sir?
Work out at Ibari. Aviation.
Okay. The reason I'm asking you is because there is a surcharge that you're going to be required to pay. We will give you time to pay it, but this is a second offense, so you're going to be required to pay it. It's a $6,000 surcharge that tax on to you. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'll waive the court cost.
Yes,
He's
Your
going to be required to pay that fee.
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I did have one report that I wanted to put forth before the court. Due to his job, he is a foreman at his job. I wanted to see if possible, if the court would consider allowing him to do his jail time on weekends.
No, like
He said he can literally do every weekend until it's satisfied.
we're not allowed to do that.
I explained to him the court's general rule.
All right. You're going to have to do it flat. It'll be easier now. If you want to go in later today, by 6 p.m. we can do that. If you want to go in now, you can go do that now, but it's got to be a continuous
Yes, sir.
stretch. What do you want to do? You want to go in now or do you want to go in later? today? Right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So Deputy Miranda, do you mind remanding him into custody so he can serve his time?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be excused. Have a good weekend. I told him the court's policy, Your Honor, but he
Yeah.
still wanted me to ask.
Problem is that it costs way too much in man time.
Yes,
We don't even do sweep anymore, which is like a work release program. They don't do any of that anymore since COVID. It's
Okay.
all,
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great weekend.
You were Edgar Jimenez. You speak English? Mr. Jimenez, you're charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On February 1st, court officers were dispatched to a domestic dispute. The complaining witness stated that she and the defendant had been in a dating relationship for 1.5 years. The complaining witness stated that on that day, the defendant pushed her to the ground, causing pain and an abrasion on her elbow. The officer observed the abrasion on her elbow. The complaining witness stated that the defendant had assaulted her continuously over the course of the relationship and had been sitting for the rest of the divorce.
The bond is set at $10,000, which is just extremely high. Do you know why? Complaining witness reported to law enforcement that she is assaulted by defendant at least once per month. Defendant exhibited a firearm during the instant assault. Mr. Jimenez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you violate either, I will take the bond and I'm going to go nuts on this bond. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Your bond is already set at $10,000. So you can imagine if it gets revoked, how high it'll go. There's a protective order that was issued on the 20th of the month. I would get to know it. If you violate any of the conditions on this protective order, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up here. Do you understand? You violate conditions on a violation of a protective order, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond. Zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person in my county. You understand? Is there any allegation of alcohol or drug usage, anything like that?
It does say in, the recall that he's getting treatment, but I don't know exactly what that is for.
Mr. Jimenez, I am ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. Do you understand? Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll first have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you get with police if your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. Be careful while you're out there. Do you understand? You get no more warnings. All right? Are you Miss Andre?
Yes.
Miss Andre, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. You cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On February 16th, officers were dispatched with disturbance in Harris County, Texas. Officer made contact with the complaining witness who stated that he and the defendant had been in a 2-year dating relationship. Complaining witness stated that he broke up with the defendant and was trying to kick her out of the apartment. And the complaining witness was trying to force her out. The defendant punched him several times in the body, bit him, and broke a wine bottle on his head. The officer observed an open wound on the complainant's head and bite marks.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. There's a protective order that has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate that protective order, the state can and will file a violation of protective order against you. Now's not the time to fight your case. I mean, if you need a lawyer, we can help you with that. Otherwise, you can go hire a lawyer, speak to them, and they can help you fight the case. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I thought you were saying.
I'm issuing bond conditions on you now. You're not to have any contact. You're not to have any contact with this person, and I don't want you to have any weapons. If I find that you're a danger to my public, I'm going to revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand? Okay, Deputy Miranda, do you mind giving us? Okay, I'll have you sign a reset and then we'll have you take a signature box.